The trailer begins with a storm over the sea. Waves crash violently as the camera sweeps across a fleet of ships heading toward the unknown. And then, out of the darkness, we see the straw hat flag rise against the storm. In just a few seconds, Netflix sets the tone. This season is not about small adventures anymore. It's about entering the Grand Line, a place where legends are made and broken. The excitement is instant, and fans can already tell Season 2 is going to be bigger, darker, and far more dangerous. The very first shot after the storm pulls us into Loguetown, the city where Gold Roger, the Pirate King, was executed. The streets are crowded, lanterns light the market, and you can almost feel the weight of history pressing down on the air. Luffy walks through the town with his straw hat low over his face, as if he knows this place is more than just another stop. It's symbolic, the spot where Roger's life ended and where Luffy's true journey begins. The trailer makes this moment look larger than life, capturing the essence of destiny hanging over him. Then the trailer cuts to Zoro. He is sharpening his swords in a quiet, candlelit room. The focus is on his determination. His eyes are sharper than the blades themselves. The editing gives us just enough to sense that Zoro's battles in this season will push him further than before, hinting at duels against stronger opponents that will test his limits. Fans of the anime will immediately connect this with his fated clashes in the East Blue and what awaits him in the Grand Line. Next, we get a glimpse of Nami at sea, her hands gripping the ship's wheel tightly as thunder rumbles in the distance. Her face shows fear but also resolve. This is not the playful navigator we first met in Season 1. This is someone who has already suffered, already chosen her family, and now must guide them through seas that are alive with danger. The water effects look bigger and better than Season 1, giving the sense of a budget increase that makes every wave feel like a threat. The trailer doesn't stop to breathe. We are thrown into a rapid sequence of fights, Luffy throwing a punch that stretches in a blur, Sanji kicking a man so fast the screen flashes white, and Zoro clashing swords in a shower of sparks. But hidden in these flashes is something even more exciting, the faint hint of Luffy's future power. One frame lingers just long enough to suggest a red glow around his body, teasing the possibility of Gear Second. For manga readers and anime fans, this single shot is enough to spark wild theories, even if the showrunners may just be teasing rather than confirming, and then the trailer slows down. We see the Going Merry sailing toward a giant wall of mist. The ship creaks and everyone looks ahead with wide eyes. Reverse Mountain, one of the most iconic passages into the Grand Line, is finally here. The size of it is overwhelming, the mist swallowing the ship as if the crew is sailing into another world. This moment captures what fans have been waiting for, the crossing from small seas into the great unknown. The music swells, building tension as the trailer promises that this is not just a continuation, but a whole new beginning. From there, we are given a shadowy glimpse of new villains. Figures wrapped in cloaks, dark silhouettes standing on a balcony, and one unmistakable laugh echoing through the air. It's a chilling tease of Baroque Works, the criminal organization that will become a massive threat in Season 2. While the trailer hides their faces, the tone is clear. Crocodile and his plans are already being set in motion. This kind of foreshadowing excites longtime fans, while new viewers will feel the tension of a threat too big to see, but too close to ignore. Finally, the trailer ends this sequence with a wide shot of the Straw Hats standing together on the deck, the ocean behind them, the horizon stretching endlessly. Each character looks ready for what's to come, united by trust and friendship. And as the camera pulls back, Luffy shouts one line, simple but powerful: "We're going to the Grand Line." The scene fades out, leaving the audience with a rush of adrenaline and the sense that everything they've seen so far was only the beginning. Season 2 of Netflix's One Piece doesn't waste time hiding where the story is headed. The trailer itself is carefully crafted to drop hints about the arcs we'll see without giving away the whole journey. And the first of these is Loguetown, the last stop before the Grand Line. The trailer shows us wide shots of crowded streets, stalls overflowing with fruit, and townsfolk buzzing with excitement. But beneath that lively surface, there's tension. This is not just any town, it's the very place where the Pirate King met his end. The energy of Loguetown is thick with history, and Netflix captures that perfectly. Luffy standing in the execution square is not just a scene, it's a statement. It mirrors Gold Roger's final moments, tying the past of the pirate era directly to Luffy's future. For longtime fans, this is one of the most emotional foreshadowings. And for new viewers, it plants the seed of destiny, but the story doesn't stop at Loguetown. The trailer hints at Reverse Mountain, and the visuals are jaw-dropping. A colossal wall of water towers into the sky, splitting the horizon like a gateway into another dimension. This is the passage that separates ordinary seas from the Grand Line. And its appearance in the trailer confirms Netflix is staying true to Oda's vision. The Going Merry struggling against raging currents and waves 3 times its size creates a sense of awe and terror. It's the perfect metaphor. From here on out, the Straw Hats aren't just adventurers. They're challengers to the very laws of the sea, and then almost like a secret reward for the fans paying close attention, the trailer teases Drum Island. Snow falls gently across the screen as the crew trudges through icy mountains. Their breath fogs in the freezing air, and distant howls echo in the storm. We see brief flashes of medical tools, a castle perched on a frozen cliff, and a small shadowed figure that can only be Tony Chopper. It's not a full reveal. Netflix knows better than to spoil the surprise, but it's enough. Just the glimpse of his silhouette, combined with the snowy backdrop, sets up one of the most beloved arcs in the series. Drum Island is more than just a setting. It's the birthplace of Chopper's bond with the crew, a story about loss, healing, and the meaning of family. The clever part of the trailer is how it balances action with emotion. While the fighting scenes excite fans with explosive choreography, it's the quiet moments that confirm which arcs we'll see. A candle burning beside Zoro's swords foreshadows Baroque works and their signature Mr. and Miss Agents. A golden hook resting on a desk is a blink and you miss it moment. But for anyone who knows, it's a direct nod to Crocodile, the warlord who will loom over the season like a shadow. And then there's Vivi. For just half a second, the trailer lingers on a cloaked figure with blue hair blowing in the wind. The face is hidden, but that one shot is enough to set the fanbase ablaze. If Vivi is here, then the story is leading. U.S. toward Alabasta. What makes this section of the trailer so powerful is not just what it shows, but what it implies. The arcs of Loguetown, Reverse Mountain, and Drum Island are stepping stones, each one preparing the Straw Hats for greater trials. Loguetown sets the stage for destiny. Reverse Mountain tests their unity against the impossible. Drum Island introduces a new crewmate whose heart and innocence will change everything. And all of this is funneling into the grand saga of Alabasta, the battle against Crocodile, and the first truly massive war of the Straw Hats' journey. But it's also clear that Netflix has made adjustments for live-action pacing. Certain arcs might be shortened, blended, or adapted differently to fit the season's runtime. The trailer suggests a smoother flow, with some storylines overlapping. For example, glimpses of Drum Island may arrive earlier than expected, tying directly into the Straw Hats' first encounters in the Grand Line. This adaptation choice isn't a problem in fact. It might help keep the narrative tight while still honoring the source material. The important thing is that the essence is preserved. Every shot screams of growth, danger, and discovery. You can feel the shift from the playful East Blue adventures into the gravity of the Grand Line, where every island is a new world with its own rules. This transition is crucial, and Netflix seems to understand that. The arcs chosen for Season 2 aren't random. They're symbolic milestones. Each one reflects a stage of the Straw Hats' journey, shaping them not just as pirates but as legends in the making. So, what does this all mean? It means Season 2 is not a repeat of Season 1, it's an escalation. Bigger stakes, harsher worlds, deeper emotional cuts. And the arcs confirmed in the trailer guarantee that the journey ahead won't just be entertaining, it will be unforgettable. Asterisk, every good trailer hides secrets. And the One Piece Season 2 trailer is no exception. Beneath the explosions, the sword fights, and the stormy seas, Netflix has left behind a trail of hidden clues for sharp-eyed fans. And these details are more than just fun callbacks, they're promises of what's to come. One of the first Easter eggs appears in Loguetown. When the camera pans across the execution square, banners flutter in the wind. Most viewers will notice only the pirate flags, but if you freeze the frame, you can spot a familiar insignia etched into the wooden stage. It's a subtle design, resembling Roger's ship's crest, worn and faded by time. This isn't just a decorative choice. It's a deliberate reminder that the Pirate King's final breath still lingers here. And Luffy standing in that same spot is not a coincidence. It's destiny weaving the old with the new. Another blink and you miss a detail is the book lying beside Nami in one of the quieter shots. Its cover is a map with a sea serpent curling around an island. Fans who know Oda's original work will instantly recognize it as a nod to the early legends of the Grand Line, the ones that spoke of islands devoured by sea kings. It's also a clever foreshadowing of what awaits the crew once they cross Reverse Mountain. Netflix didn't need to include that prop, but the fact they did shows how much care is going into world building. Then there's Zoro, during his candlelit scene. The reflection in his sword is not random. For just a fraction of a second, you can see another blade overlapping his own sword with a distinctive hilt design. This is likely a tease of the duel with Mihawk's successor, or perhaps a subtle nod to his future opponent from Baroque. Works, Mr. One. Either way, it's a hidden promise that Zoro's journey in Season 2 won't just be about loyalty to Luffy, it will be about surpassing his own limits. Sangi's fight scenes hold their own secrets too. In one frame as he kicks an enemy across a tavern, a wanted poster can be seen pinned to the wall. The face is blurred, but the outline unmistakably resembles a certain blue-haired Princess Vivi. This tiny detail might easily escape casual viewers, but it connects Sangi's scene to the looming Alabasta arc. It's Netflix's way of whispering, she's coming, and when she does, the Straw Hats' world will change forever. Perhaps the most chilling Easter egg comes with the villains. We see cloaked figures standing in the shadows, but look closer at the scene where a hand rests on a table covered with papers. Among the maps and ledgers lies a golden hook, polished, curved, and unmistakably sinister. This single object confirms what fans already suspected: Crocodile is on his way. Even without showing his face, Netflix delivers the message. The first true warlord of the sea is stepping onto the stage. Another detail most won't notice is tied to the music. At first, it sounds like a generic orchestral score swelling with drums and horns. But listen carefully, and you'll hear a faint melody woven into the background, the same motif used in the anime during the Going Merry's first voyage. It's subtle, almost buried under the instruments, but it's there. This is no accident. It's a gift for fans who grew up with the original, a secret handshake saying, "We remember where this began, and we're carrying it forward." Then we come to perhaps the most emotional Easter egg, a silhouette in the snow. During the Drum Island sequence, as the camera follows the crew through the blizzard, a small figure is seen standing on a cliff. It's barely visible, just an outline against the white sky, but the figure's round head and tiny horns are unmistakable. Tony Chopper. Netflix doesn't show his face, doesn't reveal his full design, but the shape alone is enough to make fans' hearts race. It's a clever play keeping the mystery alive while rewarding those who know what they're looking for, and let's not forget the Straw Hat flag itself. In Season 1, the flag was simple, bold, and symbolic. But in this trailer, there's a moment where the camera zooms across the deck, and we see the flag painted freshly again, this time with small details around the edges. If you pause and look closely, those marks resemble tiny scratches, almost as if they were drawn in by Usopp himself. A subtle nod to the idea that the crew is constantly rebuilding, reshaping, and improving themselves, just as they do with their ship. What ties all these Easter eggs together is intention. Nothing in this trailer feels random. Every shadow, every object, every note of music is carefully placed. It's Netflix's way of rewarding loyal fans while drawing newcomers deeper into the mystery. These details whisper to us that the world of One Piece is vast, interconnected, and alive. They remind us that, even in a 2-minute trailer, there are layers of story waiting to be uncovered. And if this is what Netflix is willing to hide in the trailer, then what about the full season? If they're planting so many secrets in these few minutes, imagine how many hidden gems will be scattered across entire episodes. That's the thrill of One Piece. Every scene, every island, every line of dialogue carries weight. And now, the live action is starting to play that same game, rewarding the sharp-eyed and the devoted, while still surprising everyone else. When the trailer for One Piece Season 2 dropped, fans were already buzzing. But then Netflix dropped an even bigger bombshell. Season 3 is officially confirmed. For a streaming platform that usually waits to see how a season performs before committing, this announcement is bold. It shows just how much confidence Netflix has in this adaptation, and it proves that One Piece is not just another show in their catalog. It's becoming one of their crown jewels. The confirmation didn't come through whispers or leaks. It came through Netflix itself, echoed by the showrunners and producers who revealed that the scripts for Season 3 are already in development. For fans, this was more than news, it was validation. Season 1's global success wasn't a fluke. The numbers spoke loud: high viewership, strong reviews, and most importantly, an audience that kept talking about it long after release. Netflix listened, and instead of hesitation, they chose commitment. Why confirm Season 3 before Season 2 even airs? The answer lies in momentum. One Piece is not a story that can be told in fragments. Each season is a stepping stone in a saga that stretches across oceans and years. By announcing Season 3 early, Netflix reassures fans that they are in it for the long voyage, not just dipping their toes in. It also signals to the cast, crew, and writers that they can plan ahead with confidence, weaving arcs together more smoothly without the fear of being cut short. But the most exciting part is what Season 3 actually represents. If Season 2 is about crossing into the Grand Line, then Season 3 is about Alabasta. That desert kingdom, ruled by Vivi's family and torn apart by Crocodile's schemes, is one of the first great epics in One Piece. It's where the Straw Hats stop being rookies and start being legends. It's where the world finally notices them. And Netflix knows this arc cannot be skipped. It's too iconic, too emotional, too defining. Confirming Season 3 this early is their way of saying, yes, we're going to Alabasta. Yes, Crocodile will rise. And yes, the Straw Hats' first true war will be brought to life. The trailer for Season 2 already plants seeds for this. The golden hook on the desk, the blurred wanted posters, Vivi's cloaked figure, they're all breadcrumbs leading directly into Alabasta. But what's even more interesting is how Season 3's confirmation affects the way we look at Season 2. Suddenly, the stakes feel higher. We know that every decision, every island, every character introduced is part of a bigger chain. Drum Island isn't just about Chopper joining the crew. It's about the Straw Hats preparing to face something much larger. Reverse Mountain isn't just a dangerous entryway. It's the threshold into a world where warlords, kingdoms, and global conspiracies shape the seas. With Season 3 locked in, we can see the long game being played. Another reason this confirmation matters is the question of scale. Season 1 was proof of concept. It showed the world that live-action One Piece could work. Season 2 looks to expand the tone, deepen the stakes, and bring in new characters. But Season 3? That's where the budget, the spectacle, and the storytelling will truly be tested. Alabasta means massive desert battles, underground conspiracies, larger-than-life villains, and emotional farewells that fans still cry about decades later. Netflix announcing Season 3 now isn't just a marketing move, it's a promise that they are ready to commit the resources and effort to deliver something monumental. The showrunners themselves hinted that Oda, the creator of One Piece, has been involved in shaping not only Season 2 but also the blueprint for Season 3. That involvement gives fans reassurance. Oda knows which moments matter most, which arcs define the Straw Hats, and which details cannot be compromised. With him in the loop, the adaptation stands a better chance of staying true to the spirit of the manga while still tailoring it for live action. Fans reacted instantly when the news broke. Social media exploded with excitement, memes flooded timelines, and theories multiplied. People began speculating about casting choices for Nico Robin, how Crocodile would be portrayed, and even how the anime's most emotional moments like Vivi's farewell to the crew would be adapted. The confirmation of Season 3 didn't just satisfy fans, it supercharged the community. Now, watching Season 2 isn't just about enjoying what's on screen. It's about scanning every frame for clues that connect to what's coming next, and that's the magic of it. With Season 3 confirmed, Season 2 becomes more than a chapter. It becomes a bridge, a crucial piece in a larger story that Netflix is committing to tell. It means the Straw Hats' journey won't be cut short. Their battles won't be left unresolved, and their dreams won't be abandoned mid-ocean. It means we are truly setting sail on a long adventure, with the horizon stretching far into the distance. So, when fans watched the trailer and heard the announcement, they weren't just excited, they were reassured. The voyage is real. The Grand Line is opening, and with Season 3 already secured, the dream of seeing One Piece unfold in live action feels closer than ever.